Hi, dear friends and subscribers. Welcome to the cricket happening show, as ever. And there are two things that I'm going to talk about in this particular cricket show. One is the match which is going on right now, which is a very, as you know, the Australia West Indies One Day International Series has been very, very exciting. 1-1, and then the third one ending in a tie, and two more matches to go. And I'm sure today too. This is played in a different ground, that is St. Lucia, and right now West Indies are the ones in charge there. Australia, in fact, it was Australia who actually won the toss. Shane Watson won the toss and inserted the West Indies in, and West Indies currently are 173 for 5 in the 40th over. Kieron Pollard and Andre Russell are right now in the middle. Well, that is something that I will talk about. The first thing that I would like to talk about is give you the first day match report of the third and the final test between South Africa and New Zealand, which ended here at the Basin Reserve in Wellington. As you know, Basin Reserve is a very, very windy place, and it was really surprising to see that New Zealand couldn't really ram home the advantage. Even though New Zealand won the toss, they did the right thing there by inserting South Africans in, and they definitely had an early reward. There is no doubt about that, because Graham Smith was the first one to go, and it was a controversial decision as the hotspot was called into the picture. The New Zealand fielders were very, very confident. Aleem Dar, the umpire, was also confident. It was referred to the third umpire in the hotspot. It came, and Graham Smith was declared out, which is again raising the question whether the hotspot is something that one can really go with. So while Graham Smith was declared he was declared caught behind by Kruger Van Wyk, the wicketkeeper, of the bowling of Doug Bracewell for 5, and that was the solitary breakthrough that South Africa got. In fact, play didn't start early. It was very windy. It was a very rainy day on yesterday. That is on the first day, and then it was Alvaro Peterson and Hashim Amla at the crease. Once Graham Smith was gone, Hashim Amla and Peterson combined to put a very good partnership. They in fact raised the 100 partnership of the South African innings and took the score on to 106. During that phase, Hashim Amla was absolutely confident. He made 63 runs off 98 balls, 10 fours, and all those fours were a real treat to watch. It was all wristy. There were a lot of flicks. There were a lot of drives down the offside. And Hashim Amla, as you know, once he plays, it is a real sight to actually watch him play, because he unveils some classic strokes. That's what Hashim Amla is all about. So Hashim Amla and Alvaro Peterson took on the score 100. Alvaro Peterson also got through the early nerves and slowly started finding his touch, and he was batting on 44. Hashim Amla's wicket was gone as Mark Gillespie had him, as Hashim Amla tried to actually pull Gillespie, got a top edge, and Kruger Van Wyk behind the wickets took a good catch by judging it as it was skied in the air. So he was gone for 63. At close of play, with rain stopping play, the score stood at 136 for 2 for South Africa. Alvaro Peterson was batting on 44 with 3 fours and 1 6, and JP Duminy was in charge, not out on 23 with 2 boundaries. So not a day that New Zealand will remember, because New Zealand definitely, as I said, they couldn't ram home the advantage, even though they won the toss and put the opposition in. Chris Martin, 9 overs, 3 maidens, none for 21. Doug Bracewell was the wicket taker, 11 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 30. Gillespie bowled, so lots of praise, 9 overs, 1 maiden, 37 runs on 1 wicket. 11 overs, 3 maidens, none for 28 for Daniel Vettori. Dean Brownlee wheeled his arm over for 2 overs for 20 runs. So that is as far as this match is concerned. So I'm sure New Zealand would be disappointed, and also rain was something that would have disappointed all the spectators here at the Basin Reserve in Wellington. Basin Reserve in Wellington. Yeah. Now Let's talk about now. This is as far as the first day's play goes. So now, what is important is rain has to stay away, and then one has to look at how the New Zealand bowlers can put up an improved display today to actually restrict the South Africans. They have a good batting order still to come on. Aldo Peterson is looking good. Dumini is also looking good. So they have a task on hand. So let's look at the current match that's happening now and go to St. Lucia, where it was Australia who won the toss in this fourth one-day international played at the Bissajour cricket ground here. And West Indies currently are 185 for 5 in the 41st over. The current run rate is 4.53, but they have two genuine all-rounders at the crease right now. Andre Russell is not out on 20 of 19 balls, but very importantly, the dasher Kieron Pollard is there. He is not out on 42 of as many balls, 3 fours and 2 sixes already. And one of the shots that he hit of Xavier Doherty was a stunner. He just pulled him mercilessly into the over the boundary. So right now 186 for 5, West Indies batting first after Australia won the toss and inserted the West Indians in. Now let me talk about the opener. Today there was a change here. Kieron Powell, who couldn't really do much in the previous one-day internationals, was dropped. Adrian Barath is coming back from injury, and what an innings Adrian Barath played. Such a wonderful innings which really led the momentum to the West Indies batting, and there was an opening partnership between Adrian Barath and Johnson Charles which yielded 56 runs, of which the share of Adrian Barath was 41 runs and Johnson Charles was playing second fiddle. Adrian Barath really got stuck into Brett Lee, the pace bowler, and carted him for runs. In fact, Brett Lee was really at a loss to find that Adrian Barath was stroking the ball so sweetly. It was hitting the sweet part of his bat. He creamed him for 3 consecutive boundaries in one particular over. One was just a beautiful cover drive. One was carved over point for a 4. And Brett Lee was the one who yielded the most number of boundaries for Adrian Barath, who made 41 of 31 balls with 9 fours. He gave the initial momentum to the West Indian innings, and it didn't look like Adrian Barath is coming back from an injury. He played like a very, very player like who's been there for quite a long time, and that really says about it. Adrian Barath is such an exciting stroke maker, and I only feel sorry for West Indies that if at all Chris Gayle could come into this side, what a strengthened West Indian side this could be, and what a difference it could make for them against any opposition. Well, it's very sad that Chris Gayle is still having his differences with the West Indies Cricket Board, and he's not able to make it to the West Indian cricket team. But as I said, I really hope that Chris Gayle comes back into this Caribbean lineup. Adrian Barath, so such an exciting player. He played a marvelous innings, who set the tempo. As I said, 50 was raised in just 10 overs. In the 10th over, the 50 had come, and then Adrian Barath finally left as he was caught by Matthew Wade of the bowling as he fished at a ball from Clint McKay. He was the first wicket to go. Caught Matthew Wade, bowled McKay for 41 of 31 balls with 9 fours, and he had really pasted this Australian pace attack, and especially Brett Lee really came under the hammer from Adrian Barath, this young pocket youngster. Johnson Charles was very, very sedate. Marlon Samuels came in. He was not looking good today. He struggled for his 11 of 41 balls with 1 4, and then Brett Lee claimed him as he fended at a ball from Brett Lee. Matthew Wade took the catch and he was gone for 11. Johnson Charles was playing a sedate role. He was more and more into a shell, I would say. But he also hit a beautiful 6 of the ball in Clint May. Hit him for a straight 6. Shane Watson was bowling in the right area, so it was not very difficult to actually get Shane Watson off the square. His 8 overs has yielded 32 runs. And Johnson Charles finally left, caught Brett Lee, bowled Xavier Doherty, 37 of 62 balls, 3 fours, and that 1 6 of McKay. So it was 3 down. So 3 wickets were down when Johnson Charles left at the halfway stage with the score on 106. And at the same score, they lost 1 more wicket. Wayne Bravo was out for a blob as he was LBW bowled Xavier Doherty, and that made the score 106 for 4. And let me tell you, once Adrian Barath left from the crease for West Indies, it was a really a struggle, in the sense they couldn't get a lot of runs on the board, and the momentum could not be kept up. And then Darren Bravo came in and entertained with some 3 boundaries, but he was a victim of Shane Watson. He was caught by Hussey of the bowling of Watson, driving at a wide one, out for 25 or 50 balls with 3 4s. So currently Kieron Pollard is in charge, not out on 44 or 45 balls with 3 4s and 2 6s. Andre Russell is batting on 22 of as many balls with 3 4s. 192 for 5 currently in the 42nd over. So probably West Indies are looking at if Kieron Pollard is going to be there, I wouldn't be surprised if they reach 300, but that is wishful thinking. Probably 270 should be on with Kieron Pollard at the crease. Well, unfortunately, dear fans, friends and subscribers, I'll have to leave you right now with the West Indies score on 192 for 5 in the 42nd over. That's it from me, your host Ram, for today. See you all tomorrow. Thank you.